Before we start, do me a quick favor and leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment. Now, let's get moving.
What's up, guys? I got the pencil here, back for another edition of Tier List Tuesdays, and here we are to talk about the Kingdom Hearts world. So let's rank them. I've been thinking about doing this one for a while, but I feel like this is very, very appropriate, especially considering I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. But that's neither here nor there. Let's just get into it. We got some tiers today. We got the I Wish You Were Real. Like, man, if I were a Keyblade wielder strolling around the realm of light, or realm of darkness on occasion, and I just wanted to go visit the world, man, I wish that one was real, because I also wish the Keyblade was real so I could use it, and then y'all saw the Keyblade's box. I want a Keyblade so badly. But then you have amazing design. Like, they're really, really good as a game world. They're good. They're solid. They have amazing design for a reason. Then we have pretty good. Like, I don't mind that you exist, so it's fine. You're okay there. You can keep existing. I wouldn't destroy you if I had the Keyblade in hand, the X-Blade in hand, and was about to recreate all creation. I'd keep you there because you ain't offending nobody. Then we have wait a second. I may have to snap you out of existence, but we'll give you a chance. Like those, they're on the border. They're on the border. And then vanish into the abyss. I have to take a quote from the Ansem Seeker of Darkness himself. They need to get out of here. Like, why do you even exist? But let's get into it. 100 Acre Wood. So I'm pretty sure that's that's definitely 100 Acre Wood. Here's the thing. Just 100 Acre Wood is gonna act as 100 Acre Wood because of all three games. Now, wait a second. 100 Acre Wood, kind of whack. I'm not gonna lie. And now here's the thing. I don't mind locking optional content behind optional content. And what I mean is you can only get the ultimate weapon, and I believe all three games if you complete 100 Acre Woods. But 100 Acre Woods nor the ultimate weapon are necessities. So you're good to go in Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. I still think the minigames are okay. Did I really pick up a Kingdom Hearts game for my minigames? No, not really. Not ever. But hey, I'll take it. Like, that's the thing. I'm not bothered by them. They don't offend me. I don't sit there and be like, man, these minigames suck. Until Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, I'll admit, 100 Acre would have snuck into pretty good if it wasn't for Kingdom Hearts 3. Because it's literally just the same thing, a slightly different way. And from what I remember, you barely get anything out of it. Now, I'll admit, I think I only got the ultimate weapon in Kingdom Hearts 2. Because it was actually manageable there. And I didn't have the patience after grinding for like an hour straight for the ultimate weapon in Kingdom Hearts 1. And is 100 Acre Wood... Here's the thing. I don't think 100 Acre Wood is a requirement, but I thought it was. Because I didn't automatically leave the world after completing the first minigame. So I sat there for like 2 hours straight because I suck at minigames. I just did horrible at it. So I finally beat it, only to find out that, oh, I barely get anything from it. Wonderful. So yeah, 100 Acre Wood, if it wasn't for Kingdom Hearts 3, like I said, it'd be pretty good. But as it is now, I understand it's a serious staple at this point, but you didn't give us Sephiroth no more. I don't know why you had to give us 100 Acre Wood. Anyway, let's move on to what in the world is that? Is that Hollow Bastion? I'm gonna say Hollow Bastion. I think that, yeah, that's definitely Hollow Bastion. Frozen World. It's pretty good, mainly because I really like Larxene. What can I say? What can I say? Larxene she really brings a spark to every single scene she's in. Yes, I made the joke. I was going to make a way worse one. Don't get mad at me for that. Anyway, I think Frozen World, it's fine. Do I believe they should have wasted an entire, who knows how much money reanimating Let It Go? No. I think that, especially in comparison to some of its contemporaries, like your Toy Stories, like your Monsters, Inc. We'll talk about Monsters, Inc. when I get to Monsters, Inc. I think Frozen was very, very weak. I was intrigued with what the world had to offer when I initially saw that trailer of Larxene talking about the new Princesses of Heart. I'm like, ooh, that was the new Princesses of Heart? We haven't heard anything about the Princesses of Heart since like the first game. You know more? You lead into something? And the answer was no. Well, at least for now. But the answer is likely still no. So Frozen World was literally just Frozen plus us. Except it really even wasn't plus us. It was literally just us watching Frozen and Larxene throwing us through an annoying castle. Now, I'm going to move on from Arendelle. Because if I don't, the Larxene favor is going to fade from my mind. I'm going to drop it down and wait a second. Actually, this is probably a weird hot take. I think it's because there's so little of it in the series. I say so little of it, but it's in 358 and in KH1 and in... So there's not... Okay, there's an abundance of it. But I'll admit, Alice in Wonderland, Wonderland itself, it's a Wonderland. It's very, very different from the rest of the world. And it's not different in... How do I put this? It's not different in an offensive way. Like, I wasn't actively insulted when I played Wonderland in any of the games. That happened in another world. I think y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, but not in 100 Acre Wood. 100 Acre Wood was fine, and that's okay. I don't mind 100 Acre Wood being fine. And well, I didn't say 100 Acre Wood. I don't mind Wonderland being fine. I think it's perfectly fine world. I think it has amazing design, mainly for the fact that it's so different each time you visit it. Like, you visit different parts of it each time. Even in Chain of Memories, though, I mean, it's similar. It's the same box layout design, but even still, I like it in every single game it's appeared in. Do I wish it were real? No. But I like a lot of the Cheshire Cat's interactions with basically all the characters he interacts with. And I think the Queen of Hearts is funny. I also feel bad for the cards, but that's another story for another time. So yeah, I'd actually say Alice in Wonderland, pretty amazing design. What in the world is that? I am actually glaring really hard at that. Is that Dwarf Woodlands? We'll come back to that, because I have no idea what that one is. Monsters, Inc. It's pretty good. It's better than Frozen, because it has a semi-original story. Actually, here's the thing. It's always in a machine factory, and honestly, I like Dream Drop Distance's post office way more than I like the entirety of Monsters, Inc. world design-wise. However, if I'm being honest with you, I would play through that world 100 more times just to see Vanitas get the yeetus from Sully. That was so good. There's something unexpected every single time a Disney character actually interacts with, like, the Kingdom Hearts cast, because it almost never happens. Like, when you think about it, despite how often we as Sora, Donald, and Goofy go visit other worlds, we rarely interact with them for balance reasons, whatever. So whenever you see things like that, such memorable moments, and we'll get to Toy Story when we get to Toy Story, I love it. I love it. When Sully just picked him up and said, "Got you!" and just roared in his face, and then threw him through a door, and then threw him through another door, and then threw him through another door, even though Vanitas very easily could have just been like, "Okay," and then pop right back up to a darkness corridor. The sheer comedy in that scene is what saves that world for me. So amazing design for that alone. I'm still so confused of what this is. Is this Neverland? What is? I'll see once I get to the end of it. Is this Pirates of the Caribbean? Yo, do I have to really wish this one? Is that? No, that's not Pirates. Is that Pirates? Is that Pirates? Hold on. Scanning. Scan complete. That is definitely Pirates of the Caribbean. That's a bit weird. Why does it look like that? Did it always look like? Oh, that's because from a top-down view, I can barely tell that that's a skull. But back to the point. I wish it was real. I really like... In Kingdom Hearts 2, does it look nasty? Yes, but seeing Pete there interacting with all the realistic design characters, it's hilarious. I don't know why. I love it. I love everything about that world of Kingdom Hearts 2. Even the boss fight that a lot of people don't like, what's it called? I don't remember what the Heartless is called, but it's the Money Heartless. I like it so much. I don't know, it's just because it makes you play the game in a different way. And as y'all can see with my placement of Wonderland, if you make me play the game in a different way that doesn't directly offend me, and just makes me think outside the box a little bit more, I don't really mind it. Sure, was the MP part annoying? Yes, but it drops MP ores when you strike it. Even on critical mode, I never really struggled with it that much. I just found the boss fight interesting, found the characters interesting. And then, of course, we get to KH3, where that's not the same game. I refuse to believe two teams that developed the rest of Kingdom Hearts 3 and Pirates of the Caribbean, I refuse to believe those were the same team. Because that game... That world alone must have cost like 75% of the budget. I refuse to believe that was just a part of the game. It was so beautiful, so lifelike. Can you see it? When they start moving too much, You can see where the seams fall apart. They're very good-looking dolls, technically, but the moments where it's literally like watching a live-action movie, which is amazing yet terrifying in terms of how far that game models have come. But it also makes me sad looking at like the rest of the game, where a lot of characters, like I'm telling you, a lot of characters just got outright mugged by the KH3 Heart style. Like, there's no doubt in my mind, characters got absolutely mauled in the transition. But every single character in Pirates of the Caribbean looks good. The only critique I have for the world, I like the ship system, I like the exploring, I like everything about it. Just that the story, once again, has the same story problem as Frozen. We're just watching the movie. Except me, who hasn't seen, I think I only saw like the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And I'm not sure which one the Kingdom Hearts 3 one is based off of, but instead of retelling you the entire story so you have an inkling of what's going on, it throws you directly, I feel like, in the middle of one story, then leaps somewhere else, and there's Calypso on you to free her from her it makes absolutely no sense to me, but I still found it entertaining enough because of every other aspect. I really wish Pirates of the Caribbean was real. Would I go there? If I had a Keyblade, because if I have a Keyblade, I'll just rewrite reality in case I die. No, I'm kidding. But moving on to... No, I'm not going to talk about Hollow Bastion yet. What are you... What is this? What is Toy Story? See, I have mixed feelings on Toy Story, because really, it's Ooh. Actually, we're going to drop Toy Story down. And here's the thing. The Toy Story world is technically three areas. It's Andy's room, it's the street, and it's that shop. Now, the shop has its own little divisions in it, yes. However, I will never forget on my first playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 3, I was trying to go fully blind. I didn't want spoilers for anything. I had accidentally, because YouTube just didn't care, because obviously it knew, hey, this guy's a Kingdom Hearts fan. Maybe we should recommend him Kingdom Hearts stuff. So I saw so many spoilers of characters showing up at the end of the game. So I was trying to speed run bullet through the game, because I knew the Disney Worlds weren't going to matter. But at the same time, I was still trying to play it blind so I could get like my own unique Kingdom Hearts experience. And in the middle of the Toy Story world, there was just a point where I just got lost. Like, actually, no idea where to go. I was literally just wandering around in circles. Going through the same areas, going to the same places, and being like, where am I supposed to go? Where am I? What is going on? I was on my Sora type beat. I was like, what is going on? And I just couldn't get an answer, so I caved in. I looked up how to do it, and apparently, everyone else just figured it out. Unless I'm crazy, everyone was like, oh yeah, just go here. I know it's caused confusion for some people, but just follow this route. I'm just like, why? This was not clear in the game itself. How'd y'all figure out how to do this? But I don't hate the Toy Story world. I think it's very, very well designed. I like the unique look of it. And of course, we have the legendary Woody scene where he says young Xehanort has no friends and he needs to get his worthless self out of his world. That was some metal. Oh my! I wasn't ready. Here's the thing. The scene in Monstropolis made me laugh. The scene in Toy Story World shook me to my core. I was like, oh, so Woody a real one, huh? Woody a real one. Woody, I see you. I see you keep that heat on you, bro. Like, I just wasn't ready. But if it wasn't for that one issue I had with that world, it would easily be an I Wish You Were Real. But other than that, I'd say it's a very, very solid world. I'm going to remember this right at the very end, because I know that's not Olympus. Is that Olympus? Am I bugging? Is that Olympus? There's no way that's Olympus. Did they do Olympus dirty like that? Is that Olympus? Yo, I know y'all watching the video are like, yo, that guy with the pencil is that guy with a brain deficiency, because how does he not know what world it is? And I can't tell you I don't know what world it is. What is this? Is this big here? Yeah, this is whatever the world's called. San Fransokyo. That's it. Pretty good world design. Once again, I like the unique narrative a bit more. Actually, here's the thing. The world is just a whole bunch of tall boxes. So I can't say it's at the top of pretty good. Because the original story, it's okay-ish. Like, seeing the original Baymax come back and fighting off a little bit against Data, Riku. Was it ever confirmed that was... No. I think that was Ansem possessed Riku. But I'm so confused why that just wasn't Data Riku. I know Data Riku never really became evil, but like, I mean, he did for a little bit. I feel like that would have been better instead of Ansem possessed Riku, because it was just so confusing. Like, why was he the one wielding blocks? But regardless of all that, ignoring all that, the only reason I don't like the world that much is because it's just a whole bunch of boxes, and you don't really do much in it. And the story is subpar. Well, not subpar, it's okay. And that's the thing, it's pretty good. The art style design, it's nowhere near like the art style changes of any of the other ones, like nowhere near this one, nowhere near this one, nowhere near this one. So I can't really give it much. San Fransokyo is literally just okay, and I don't have much to talk about anyway. I must be losing my mind. Twilight Town. Now, if Kingdom Hearts 3 didn't happen, Twilight Town would be an easy I wish you were real. However, I have never seen a world get stabbed in the stomach so hard and left to bleed out and heal on its own like Twilight Town. I'm dropping it down to Amazing Design, mainly because Kingdom Hearts 2 Twilight Town carries me to this day. In my mind, if Kingdom Hearts 3 didn't happen, Twilight Town might be my favorite world. That's how good I think it was in Kingdom Hearts 2. But it was just neutered. Like, I don't know why Nomura didn't want Twilight Town to have puppies, because he literally neutered the life out of the world. Like, wow, you can't go inside the mansion, you can't do anything in comparison. And with the fluid mobility of Kingdom Hearts 3, most part fluid mobility, I feel like it would have been so amazing to explore the old parts of Twilight Town or add more onto it. That's a world you add more onto. Why'd you take more away? Wow, Twilight Town makes me sad. But obviously, it has one of the best narratives. You know me, Roxas is my favorite character in the entire series, so of course, I'm going to put mad props on the town that gave him pretty much all of his, no, I'd say about half of his development. It really is the origin of Roxas as a character, because that's where Sea Salt Ice Cream came from. All of it originated in Twilight Town, so mad respect to it. It's going at the... That's the thing. You know what, I'm going to put it in I Wish It Were Real. Because even though it was mad neutered, Kingdom Hearts 2 carries it so hard. Kingdom Hearts 2 carries the series so hard, if I'm being real honest with you. But let's move on to the Timeless River. I actually really, really like Timeless River. I like Timeless River way more. And do I like it more than, yeah, honestly, due to that one messed up part in Toy Story, I like Timeless River even more than Toy Story, because not only is it an amazing aesthetic design switch, not only is it a completely original narrative, not only is it just a fun blast to play through, despite it being really just 4 rooms and a hub world. I just enjoy it, and also it just was great utility for me. When I was grinding up my drive forms, that was the perfect place to do it, so it has extra space in my heart for that one. And seeing a mute Mickey Mouse in a modern Disney game blows my mind. I don't know, to this day, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like, I'm so used to Mickey Mouse, like, speaking, seeing him in his old classic self is really, really cool to this day to me. And of course, Pete versus Pete is hilarious, and I like it a lot. So yeah, overall, really amazing design in Timeless River. I believe, is that Deep Space? I think that's Deep Space, because it is. Unless I'm losing my mind. Let's see. Nope, that's Deep Space. So what are you? What in the world? Is that Tron? I think that's Tron. If that is the case, and that would be Tron. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of amazing design, because I think the Kingdom Hearts 2 story, the readaptation of Tron, is really, really interesting, because it raises so many questions about Ansem as an individual, where he got this, and I'm talking about original Ansem, because I'm assuming this is the Ansem I'm assuming Tron is referring to original Ansem and not Ansem Seeker of Darkness Ansem, because Ansem didn't go by that at that point. At least I don't think he did. So I think that that world is very, very good in Kingdom Hearts 2. 3D Dream Drop Distance, Tron Legacy. I had never seen the movie, so I didn't really feel anything for any of the characters. So I was literally just watching the movie, or parts of the movie, with a sprinkling of a little sprinkle of not Donald and Goofy, Sora and Riku. So it's all right. That's the thing. In 3D, but all right. Plus a really interesting plot in Cage 2. It puts it at the bottom of amazing design. I like it a lot. Dive to the Heart. Is it? I can't put it above. I can't reasonably put it above because it's not that much of a world. But I like Dive to the Heart a lot just because of what it is. It's beautiful. Like, wow, that artwork. And yes, I'm that guy with the pencil. Like, you gotta leave me be. I gotta praise my artwork. But that artwork is beautiful. The fact that they're similar but unique. They all follow very similar pattern functions, but the way they're all colored and the way they're all drawn shows the differences between the different types of characters and their vulnerabilities. It's really, really cool. And I like just the lore behind it. It's really, really cool to me. I wish it were real. I wish I could just be like, man, I've been having these weird dreams lately, and just fall backwards into my own heart. It'd be very, very cool, if not very, very concerning. Then moving on to Pride Lands. I wish it were real. Man, I love Lion King. Lion King is like... See, Lion King and Lilo and Stitch are an internal war within my heart for my favorite Disney movie. But at this very moment in time, as I record this tier list, it has to be Lion King, and Lion King, wow, I just love it so much. Like, and I know it's just following the original story, but it's so much fun to run around as Lion Sora. It would easily only drop a little Twilight Town, so obviously I was getting Twilight Town. But if I could use dry forms in Pride Lands, I'm pretty sure it would have its own tier. But since I'm limited, then I'll be honest with that. I wish I had a secret boss. I know it's really, really weird, but that's the thing I always wanted in like any of the worlds that presented unique gameplay. I was always hoping there would be like some sort of secret boss or some sort of final challenge to test your abilities in terms of that new gameplay system you had to learn, but obviously they probably weren't. They probably weren't and probably will never go out of their way to program something that complicated, especially for what really was just a one-off world. I know it was a direct-to-DVD sequel, but we got Aladdin too, so I don't really get why we couldn't get Lion King 2 Simba's Pride. I would have loved it, especially in Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh, I can't imagine how beautiful that game would have looked in Kingdom Hearts 3. But, hey, that's neither here nor there. I still think I wish it were real. Destiny Islands. At least I'm assuming it's Destiny Islands. Is it? I believe so. Now, Destiny Islands, it's pretty good. And I know this is like the origin and homeworld of all our characters, but they spend so little time there in the grand scheme of the Kingdom Hearts narrative. And while they all are desperate to return home, is it weird to say it's not given like the importance that I feel like it should receive? Like, we barely spend any time there as like the player. The characters rarely mention it, and the last glimpse we get of the world is Sora disappearing, and I'm not the biggest fan of that ending. So I don't know. Destiny Islands is just pretty good. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful island. Like, in terms of actually going there and living there, yeah, I wish it were real. But in terms of like actual Kingdom Hearts world, it's only pretty good. It doesn't do much. It's literally just the first level. It's your starting point. And even then, I believe Dive to the Heart did the first level concept way better. So there is that. What is this? This is this place from Key. Vanish into the Abyss. I don't like Key. Am I being that mean? Castletown, right? I believe it's Castletown. Well, what a Kingdom Hearts fan you are. You can't name all the worlds off-site. You're darn right. And, yeah, I don't know. I just don't. And it's going to vanish into the Abyss anyway, because that's the destiny of it, thanks to the original Keyblade War. That's really it. Like, there's not much to talk about for me. Like I said, I don't really like Key. I think... Is it weird for me to say too much purple as a criticism for a world? But too much purple. And, yeah, I don't know. It does nothing for me. Like, at least 100 Acre Wood scratched a certain itch. because it let me get my ultimate weapon. But this world, as a person who doesn't like mobile games, especially gacha games, I'm not even sure if Kingdom Hearts... You don't know how little I know about Kingdom Hearts Key. I'm not even sure if it is a gacha game, but I'm pretty sure there's summoning for stuff, so I'm assuming it is a gacha game. I really don't like it. So it doesn't get any good favor in my mind. Agrabah, I actually think I wish it were real. I know it wouldn't be a fun place to live in, but I really like the story of Agrabah. Yeah, I know it's just following the movie, once again. But the interactions that Sora has in all the games, not just in KH1 and KH2, but in Chain of Memories, but in Recoded, all of those, especially with Genie, I think they're really, really good. And I like the relationship that Sora has with the characters of that world. Like, it's one of the few Disney worlds where I feel like, yeah, Sora and Aladdin would actually be really good friends. And I could see them not forgetting each other, and I could see Jasmine looking on over their antics with a big old smile on her face. I really like it. I think it's a fun world. It's a weird, I guess it's just me being greedy, but I wish there was another aesthetic change. Like, if I'm being honest, I wish there was an aesthetic change for basically every single Disney world. I mean, like, I wish there was one for Wonderland, like a more royal attire. I wish there was one for Frozen, like, you know, an actual winter coat maybe. A more modern design for San Fransokyo. I just wish there was more. But I understand that's super difficult to code, and I don't blame them. That's also super difficult on the more to design so many different outfits, so I can't get mad at them for that. Ariel's world. I wish I had a hot take. I truly wish that I could come and present something new to the table that no one had ever seen before, and I would be revolutionary, and it would be, I really despise Atlantica in both games, because in the first game, playing like that actively hurts my very, very, very limited amount of brain cells. I'm already down to my last 2. I can't waste it by burning them away, trying to navigate an underwater Atlantica in KH1, and then in KH2, it's a rhythm game, and I'm notoriously bad at rhythm games. One of my friends, he loves Osu, and he's tried to get me to play it, so I couldn't pass the tutorial. That's how bad I am at rhythm games. So, to say the very least, Kingdom Hearts 2 Atlantica did your boy no favors. So it has to vanish into the abyss. I'll do it myself. Xehanort, slide me the Keyblade. Slide me the Keyblade right now. I need it. Alright. Finish! Okay. Man. Atlantica's a mess. What is this? Who are you? That Castle of Dreams? No, that's Castle of Dreams. Who are you? Oh, wait, that's Maleficent's world. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like the original story. Well, it's kind of a cheat original story, because it's really the external characters interacting with the internal characters, and I'm fine with that. I think that's very, very cool. So, I think it's pretty good. I don't remember much of what happens there, though, except for Terra, like, low-key killing Aurora, but hey, sometimes it be like that when it be like that, especially when it be like that. Yes, I still left from Moses' score. I'm going to give him credit every single time I do it. But, yeah, it was pretty good. I wish we got more Maleficent in that world as, like, an actual full-on villain, because, you know, I actually missed KH1 Maleficent. That was actually a legitimate threat, but hey, welcome to modern Kingdom Hearts times, where if your name ain't Xehanort, or if you're not a Keyblade wielder and a villain, you're not a threat. So I don't know what to tell you, Maleficent. You gotta pick up a Keyblade somewhere. If Axel can get a Keyblade, Maleficent can get a Keyblade. Come on, Namor, just give it to her. I know you want it. Make it a dragon Keyblade. Isn't there a dragon Keyblade that has like Berserk mode or whatever as an ability? Just give her a Keyblade. Let her go wild. Now, let's move on to Castle of Dreams. Yo, this logo alone is beautiful. I like the story a lot. I really do. Because it's a lot of both characters. Yo, the fairy godmother is snapped. See, I can't do that. Spoilers for Melody of Memory. I'm not going to go into death. Not that there's much to go really into. But I'm just going to say this. The fairy godmother is snapped. And that's all. No more hints. And yeah, I like how every single character builds off each other in a certain way. Terra and Cinderella build off each other, Aqua and Cinderella build off each other, even Ventus and Cinderella build off each other, and then the Fairy Godmother helps build all three characters up. It's a very great world. It's just that Birth by Sleep's own limited design holds it back for me specifically. That's it. What are you? No, like, actually, what are you? You're a Dream Drop Distance world. You're the Three Musketeers. That's it. I actually like Three Musketeers. It's pretty good. Now, this is because of there's no unique design changes. I just like the little narrative it spins and the shockingly diverse environments. Like, you have the main training field, you have that whole chase scene with the gigantic Tyrannosaurus Rex, and you have the underground swamp and sewers. Then you have that whole tower. I think it's a very, actually, you know what? I'll put it at the bottom of amazing design because it has so much in it, despite how small you would think it would be because of how few locales there are in the actual movie. But they take those few locales and really spice it up, and I actually like that a lot. And the verticality in the world is great for flow motion. So yeah, actually I'd say it's pretty darn good. And while it is a bit confusing story-wise, but other than that, I think it's very, very good. Now wait a second. Deep Jungle. I see why you got kicked out of the series, because I'll be honest with you, Deep Jungle, if Nomura didn't do it, I would have. Wow. Wait a second. Man, Deep Jungle was whack. I really like the idea that they were going for, but in execution, due to the lackluster movement abilities within Kingdom Hearts 1, Deep Jungle was an actual nightmare to traverse through. So yeah, that wasn't fun. More, I need you to take a second to think on that. If you're ever trying to make a world like Deep Jungle, think on it before you do it. Don't just throw it out there willy-nilly, because then we'll get Deep Jungle again, and no one wants Deep Jungle again. No one. Deep Space. It's only going up there because it's Lilo and Stitch. Like, I ain't gonna cop a lie in front of you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. Lilo and Stitch, one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. So of course I'm gonna love it. And it covers one of them, in my opinion, you know me, I'm a lore guy. I like my lore. So seeing more of the ship that Stitch and Jumbo were held on, and seeing how certain things interacted in that time period, that very, very short time period within the movie, it's Lilo and Stitch without the Lilo. It's Stitch and Jumbo. And that's a weird movie prequel that I need to see. Disney, get on it. But I just like it a lot. Like the fight with Tutu, Experiment Tutu 1, that was so much fun. Seeing Stitch slowly grow to get attached to people like Terra and Aqua, realizing that he's attached to Terra, and all these different little threads that just constantly build on top of one another. It's all really, really amazing to see. And I enjoy it a lot. Like, is there anything I would really change? No, not off the top of my head. Like, I mean, I wish we got actual Lilo and Stitch in Kingdom Hearts 3, but hey, if you win little, you lose a lot. So, it's neither here nor there. Love the world, though. Disney, I was about to say Disney Castle. Disney Castle, pretty good. Actually, no, wait a second. Disney Castle is barely even a world. It's just the gateway to Timeless River, which actually slaps. So I'm going to leave it at that. What are you? This is Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. And it's pretty good. It's literally your average world. Not much happens in it at all. And yeah, that's the thing. Not much happens in it. Like, Snow White falls asleep. And you fight the mirror. Like I'm actually trying to think on what happens in the world, and all I can remember is the Terra mirror fight. No thoughts, head empty right now. Like, I legitimately don't remember anything about it. But I still say it's a pretty good world, because none of these, like, you see all these worlds down here? Except for, like, Disney Castle. They actively offended me. That's why they're that low. I'll be completely honest with you. You see, I'm intrigued. I guess that's the end of the world. So this... Oh. The heck is that? Nah, actually, what the heck is that? No, this isn't Castle of Dreams. That's this. What in the world are you? Why do you look so intrigued? 3 fairies? No, but we already went over Sleeping Beauty. I have no idea who that is. Unless it's supposed to be Yensid's town. No, that's not supposed to be Yensid's town. I have no idea what that is either. Kind of concerning, but it'd be like that when it'd be like that. Realm of Darkness. I love it in all the games that's appeared as like a playable place. Okay, I love it in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. I love it in Kingdom Hearts 0.2 A Fragmentary Passage, and I love it in its short cameos in Kingdom Hearts 3. The Realm of Darkness is one of the most interesting places to me lore-wise. It's a very interesting aesthetic. It has wonderful effects on the characters that go through it, and overall, it's just a really cool place. I don't wish the Realm of Darkness was real, because that would mean Heartless were real. If Heartless were real, I couldn't sleep at night. Mainly because they'd erase my existence for even daring to exist around them. But wow, it's such a top tier world. Just so amazing, so amazing. Now this is the end of the world. It's pretty good. It's basically just a corridor of rooms. That's it. Game Central Station. I don't really know what that one is. If I'm being honest. What in the world is that? Game Central Station. Game Central, is that like the app on the phone? Hold on. Yeah, I got my handy dandy know-all device. Game Central Station. Right. Kingdom Hearts. I love it. What is this? Oh, Union Cross. And vanish into the abyss. No wonder I didn't know it, because I didn't touch that game. Man, you're actually going at the bottom. While Atlantica is very likely an objectively worse world than you are, you're staying at the bottom. Now, when referring to, why did pencil.exe just stop working? Halloween Town. I'm so sorry. Like, my brain, it lagged. It definitely lagged. I put the keywords into the search engine, and it just came out slow. So let's not do that one. Every single game it's appeared in, I've really liked it. I'd say amazing world design. Not amazing world design. I wish it were real. It's a very, very interesting little town, and I honestly like all the boss fights in it. I think the Abomination is one of the coolest fights in the series, just for how weird it is. And it also helped me grind drive form. So yeah, it's good. It's very, very good. The Keyblade Graveyard. Man, if this place wasn't just some rocks. Ooh, if it wasn't just some rocks. If it wasn't just some rocks, it'll be at the top. And the reason it's this high is because lore. Because tell me it ain't metal. That Keyblade wielders went to war and literally killed each other in the thousands. So much so that they left an entire world, an entire universe barren with nothing but the rusted Keyblades. And so metal. I just needed like an actual world and not just a boss gauntlet. Come on, none more, please. But I know we're probably never going back to the Keyblade. Actually, we may go back to the Keyblade Graveyard. I just don't know under what circumstances or what conditions. But neither here nor there. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Pretty good. Frollo's weird involvement in the story is fine. I like how Ansem and I think just Ansem and Zem. No, is it Ansem and Young Xehanort? Maybe Ansem and Young Xehanort. Ansem wielding a sword is one of the coolest visuals I've seen. Period. So I like it a lot. That's why it's That's why it's pretty good. Moving on to what in the world is that's the whatchamacallit, right? What's it called? It's the arena. Is it just called the arena? It's the arena for Birth by Sleep. I think it's fine. I actually think it's fine because it's just where you go fight people and it helps you, and it's where a lot of the super bosses are hidden. So I'd say, yeah, amazing design, purely by technicality, if I'm being honest. Against its tower. Oh, wait a second. We don't really spend much time there at all. It's pretty far from the best of the best. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sorcery of Symphony. Amazing design. Only thing that holds it back for me is I think it's too much clouds. Too much cloud. And the world seems as beautiful as it is, it feels a bit cluttered. Like, despite how large and vast it is, I still feel cramped every time I play that world. Does that mean it doesn't have amazing design? No. Does it mean that the boss fight at the end with Chernobog isn't Liddy McGriddle? No. But still, I think it's a very, very good world. Moving on to... Is that just a mushroom cloud? What in the world is that? Like, I have absolutely no idea what that is. What in the world is that? A mountain. Mountains, mountains, mountains? Calculating. I have no answers. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, I have absolutely zero idea what that is. Now, wait a second. If we had, like, more of the final world, and not just a Sora Collectathon, I would like it a whole lot more. But since we only have a Sora Collectathon, it doesn't get that many points for me, I'll be completely honest. Once again, it's only the lore that saves it from being vanished into the abyss. Then we move on to a Pokeball? What the heck is... No, this is Tron Legacy. What was the one that I called Tron? Oh, that was probably just original Tron. Alright. Still pretty good. I don't know where I put original Tron. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where? I must have gone and caught the blindness, boys, because I really don't see Tron anywhere. Unless this is Tron. Is this Tron? Actually, no. I think it's in a pretty decent spot. Yeah. Amazing design compared to the okay retelling of its movie. Land of Dragons. Yeah, it's good enough. No really unique story. It's just follow Mulan, but I like the world design. World That Never Was. You know, me and my lore, I find it amazing in pretty much every single asset. Like, Kingdom Hearts floating in the sky, the amazing bosses you have to fight through minus Luxord, and wow, it's honestly just a beautiful world despite it being mostly black, white, and gray. So, I like it. Moving towards who? Oh, Traverse Town. I thought that was like a person or something. I'd say that design... Actually, it has pretty amazing design. It's very, very solid as a hub world in Kingdom Hearts 1. Wish it had more of a hub world feel in other Kingdom Hearts games, but hey, that's really, really it for me. Because honestly, I don't have much else to say about it. Then we move on to Beast Castle. I think it's amazing. I think it's pretty amazing. Because of what it does. Zoldan and Beast relationship is amazing. The jab that Zoldan catches, which easily makes Belle a few tiers above your favorite shonen character. I'm kidding. Or am I? And all around, it's just a fun world. Wish we had more of it in Kingdom Hearts 3, but I understand why. I know a lot of people don't like the third movie, and the third movie doesn't have the best of ideas. Now, what are you? No, actually, what? Oh no, this is Pinocchio's world. This is Monstro or whatever. Actually, I like it a lot. It's weird. It's very, very weird. Getting swallowed by Monstro is never fun, but honestly, it's fine. I happen to enjoy it. Then Scala Ed Kyla. Once again, it gets up there solely for the lore. We haven't done much of anything there, even with the explorable part in KH3. There's really nothing that you can actually do. So, that's really it for Scala Ed Kyla. And that leaves my not four mysteries. I'm confident you're Olympus Coliseum. I wish it were real. Kingdom Hearts 3 really, really neutered you. Like, you don't even have a tournament anymore, but hey, I'd still come to watch Hercules fight. I have no idea what this is. It's getting placed there, because I don't remember what it is. Same thing with this thing, I'm just gonna close my eyes, spin and drop. Alright, I guess that was an amazing design. And then finally, Hollow Bastion. Hollow Bastion. Do I need to explain why Hollow Bastion is great? Like, it's so good. It's so good on so many different levels. But that's all. Those are my worlds ranked. Honestly, in order too. Like, I specifically made sure to do it in order as I went along, except for, the random 2 outliers towards the end. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with a Pencil, writing off.